everybody, welcome back to another episode of Book a Lunch Date. So today we're making a recipe that I personally really like, and I make it when I am running late, or you just want to whip up something quick for your family. It's one of those one pot dish that's perfect for any evening or lunch or anytime you want. So it's my recipe. It's called the mushroom rice. And the recipe is super easy. You really only need white rice and the kind of mushroom that you like. So today I'm using two different kind of mushrooms. I'm using the shiitake mushroom. It's a dry shiitake mushroom. You can usually get it at any market that you like. If you couldn't find it, totally fine. You can use any other mushrooms that you can find in the market. I am using a dry one, so that's why it's in a bowl and soak in water. I'm just putting moisture back in the mushroom. And then the other kind of mushroom that I'm using is, the label says it's called seafood mushroom. And I just kind of grab it. You don't have to use it, this particular kind. If you couldn't find it in the market, you can use any mushroom that you can find. But these are the only two types. If you want to add third, fourth type, go ahead. There's no limit in this recipe. It's really just cooking rice and adding different flavors on top of your rice. I am not adding any protein to my rice today. Sometimes I will add chicken or fish to it, but today I'm not because I forgot to defrost my chicken. But if you do have time and if you want, you can totally add chicken breast or chicken thigh. Just cut it in small pieces and put it in. It's going to turn out really, really good. So that's that. And all right, so let's get cooking. So I am using white rice today. So however much rice So I am using white rice today. It's a long grain rice that you can get at most markets. It's just regular white rice, nothing fancy. You don't have to go out of your way to get anything you don't already have or you couldn't find in most market. White rice is really easy to cook. I wouldn't use, you just want to be careful you're not using a short grain rice because that's sticky rice and the flavor is going to be a little bit different. You can also use medium grain rice if you want to. Now I'm going to cook 3 cups of rice today. So 1 cup, 2 cup, and 3 cup. Right, so this is a cup that came with a rice cooker, and I really like to use this when I'm cooking my rice because it just works really well. But if you have other cups that you want to use, go ahead. Alright, so now we just need to wash it. Alright, so now we're washing our rice. It's important to wash your rice. The rule of thumb is usually wash it 3 times, and you don't want to squish too hard. You just kind of want to move the water along. Just dump out a little water. Some people use the strainer for this part. I know some people say that it's better to use the strainer for that part, but I don't do it. Alright, so now we just finished washing our rice. It's important to wash your rice. Alright, so now we are going to do the only cutting for this dish, which is our mushroom. Just going to cut it in half, nothing fancy because it will shrink when you cook it. Okay, so now comes the important part. We're going to piece everything together. Okay, so we have our mushroom. Going to just, you do want to squeeze out the moisture inside the shiitake mushroom now. And the reason is, hold on. Okay, you do want to squeeze out the liquid, the moisture from the shiitake mushroom, because I want to make sure I know how much liquid is cooking with my rice. That way your rice doesn't turn out to be squishy. And then this. Now we're adding the liquid. All right, so we put in 3 cups of rice. Now we're going to use equal amount of water, especially when I'm cooking white rice. So the liquid from this, I'm going to use that because it has a little taste from the mushroom in there. But if you don't feel comfortable using this, you can totally use regular water. So, 1 cup, 2 cups, and 3 cups. So that's when you're cooking white rice, okay, and white rice only. If you're cooking brown rice today, then you want to use 1 part of brown rice to 1.5 part of water. So that means if you're cooking 1 cup of brown rice, you'll have to 1.5 cup of water. White rice is 1 and 1. Okay, so with a spatula, I'm just gonna kind of even it out a little bit, kind of mix it a little bit so my rice is not staying in the same place. All right. Some people do like to soak their rice, but personally I don't see the need to do it. But if you want to soak your rice, go for it. And I'm using my rice cooker. Alright. I'm using a special kind of rice cooker that originally started in Taiwan, so you can, if you're using other brand of rice cooker, you wouldn't add water to this part. If you're using an electric one, which I did use before, and it's the same thing, you just don't add water to the bottom part. This is really just steaming, using the bottom steam. Then just let it rip. We'll see you once it's done. Alrighty, so the rice cooker is just done, and it just turned itself off. Now what we're going to do, and it's important when you're cooking rice, is to open the lid a little bit and then turn it back down, and that's going to release moisture inside and make your rice so much better. And it's a very easy step. Now we're just going to wait for another 5 minutes, and then the rice will be ready. Alright, so it's been 5 minutes. Now we're going to take a look at our rice. Ta-da-da! Alright. And I'm just going to mix it a little bit. So your mushroom, it's fully covered, and let's take a bowl. So you have So every bite of rice, you can also taste a little bit mushroom in there. At the same time, if you want to season it a little bit, you can also do that. One other really good way is you can actually add a little butter to it. That's going to be so amazing. And tasting time. Ready? So I'm going to try my rice. It's good. I didn't really add any other seasoning to it, but you can definitely try to add some salt or herbs that you like. But that's kind of the way I cook my rice, even without the mushroom. Just want to share with you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.